Hello, fuckers. I'm Christopher Scum doing a liquid grumpus. In other words, rambling about whatever the hell's on my mind. If you're underage or easily offended, please just turn this off because I am going to cuss and I probably will offend you in one way or another anyway. I want to start this with a couple quotes from a hero of mine, who is Thomas Jefferson. I didn't know he said this. I actually thought someone else had, but it is one of my favorite quotes ever. A little rebellion now and then is medicine necessary for the sound health of a government. Thomas Jefferson. Also, Thomas Jefferson said, "The government best is which governs least, because its people discipline themselves." I think that's my favorite because it says it all. We can think for ourselves. We don't need the government monitoring every one of our goddamn thoughts and moves. You know, we don't need cameras up our asshole and chips in our hands. Now, if not wanting that makes me a threat to Homeland Security, this is a sad state. You know, anyone under 25 years of age, I'm about 10 years above you. You don't even remember the condensed freedom we had at one time. You grew up with a camera up your ass, and so it's okay to you. It's not okay to me, you know. And the things they're doing, like the police have become thugs. I mean, the way they did the University of Florida student, just tased the hell out of him because he asked a questionable question. And then a day or two later, there was a lady killed in the airport because she went crazy. She was probably, you know, a mental patient off of her medication or something. She didn't deserve to die, and I'm not coming out and saying they're responsible for that, but something happened that shouldn't, you know. Something there definitely happened that shouldn't. And, you know, the government controls us at this point by fear. You know, the big four-letter fear word. And I'll be the first to admit I'm afraid. There's things I'm dying to say that I won't say on here just because, man, I don't want nobody kicking my door down, you know, in their black ninja outfits and their badges covered up. I've seen that. I've seen that group of gangsters, and I don't want no part of them, you know. And if they can't control you by fear, then you're too dumb to be afraid, and that's okay too, because they're in the process of dumbing us all down, especially in the public schools. They've pulled certain books off the shelves, and then my biggest problem is with medicinal discipline they use on children now, putting overactive children or children with too much imagination on Ritalin or antidepressants, getting them ready for that cubicle. So they'll ask all the right questions when they work in their cubicle, or ready for the military, so ask no questions, or maybe even to become a cop. I think even the cops and the military people, when they really realize what's going on, and I'm not saying I do know the full extent of what's going on, but I know enough to be afraid. But when those guys really realize what's going on, there'll probably be a lot of them step away from it too. At least I hope so. I'm fully convinced at this point that this government does not give a good goddamn what the people think. I mean, I used to be so pro-vote. You gotta vote. You can't bitch if you don't vote. until I realized it don't mean shit. They don't care. They let you vote so that you think you have a voice when actually you don't have a voice. You know, and it's atrocious. And the things that happen that should be, you know, right front first storyline on the news are covered up with shit like Britney Spears or OJ's latest fuck up, or, you know, what the hell Ashley Simpson's doing. We don't care. Or no, the problem is too many people do care about that and don't care about their rights being trampled and ripped out from under them. Their civil and constitutional rights, you know. And so, you know, I was so pro-vote, I even got my band to do voters registration party and got a bunch of unregistered voters registered. And, you know, that's just a few years back. And now I realize I was just wasting my time and their time. I'm not going to say the things that I wanted to come in here and say, because like I said, I'm one of them that's afraid at this point. I'm not relevant enough not to disappear. Michael Moore or someone like that can say the things that need to be said, and everyone knows him, so he's not going anywhere. If I get on here and shoot my mouth off about just anything I want to say, you'll be lucky. You'll never see me again. So, I guess that's I've bitched enough. I got a couple letters saying how boring I am to listen to, so I don't want to bore anybody.